Demetri again with Fancy's Regenerative Farm, if I can ever say it right. I thought I'd just take you through a morning and just some things that I do on a daily basis. But before that, I thought I would show you how I make a cold granola cereal. I usually make a big batch. Today I'm only doing a single batch because my big giant bowl is being used for meat right now. So I'm doing a single batch, but it gives me about half a gallon jar full of cold granola. And we just store it in the fridge and it lasts forever. It lasts a long time. So I'm gonna make this up. So we're having cold cereal for breakfast this morning, and everybody seems to really enjoy it. It's not loaded with protein, but here and there it's a good quick breakfast. So I will go ahead and get started. So I've already pretty much measured everything out. This is for my dry and this is for my wet. So I will look at the recipe. So 5 cups of quick oats. I don't have quick oats, so I don't think it really matters, but whatever. 5 cups of oats. I do bulk, so we're going out of the bucket here. Okay, 5 cups of oats, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla with the oats. Just gonna eyeball it. Probably a little bit more, but that's okay. All right, and then for my wet ingredients, I'm going to do, it does call for a cup of shredded coconut. I don't have any of that. I've done that before. The kids like it, but they like it without too. It's not a big deal, so I don't have any of that on. So it would be 1 cup of shredded coconut. We're going to not do that today. And then half a cup of hot water. My kettle's almost done, so I'm just gonna skip to the next one. 3/4 cup of sugar. And then half a cup of oil. I'm using coconut oil. That's the best oil to use. I have used avocado oil in a pinch if I just wanna, instead of scooping that out, I just wanna pour it in real quick. But yeah, coconut oil is the best, so. Half a cup of coconut oil. One teaspoon, or half a teaspoon of salt. And then my half cup of water. I'm gonna get that now. Just needs to be hot enough to melt these ingredients. So I'm just gonna stir this up till it's all melted, the oil and the sugar. Drew, it's okay. Okay, we've finally gotten it all stirred up and it's pretty much all melted in. So I'm gonna add it into my dry ingredients, which are the oats in the, vanilla is technically wet, but you don't want it in that hot boiling water. That's why I do the vanilla with the oats. Okay. And then stir it all up real good. If you want to add a little bit yummier flavor, put cinnamon in it. It tastes really good. And I'm sure you could play around with this and add extra things too, but we just keep it plain and simple. Alrighty, and then I just add it into a half-gallon jar. Actually, normally if I double the batch, I'd do a gallon jar, which is really nice. It doesn't always quite all fit, but I'll dish it out to bowls and then we'll make it fit. Well, I guess it all does fit. For some reason I thought it didn't, so it all fits perfectly fine in a half-gallon jar. Okay. dokie, so there is cold granola. Very simple to make. My kids love it, and it's a really quick and easy breakfast, cold cereal. So I will pop this in the fridge, and like I said, it'll last a long time. It always gets eaten up for it to, we've never had it go bad on us. I don't know. I'm sure it probably could at some point, but it always gets eaten up quickly, and yeah, it'll last forever. So there is that. Now, so I just wanted to get the recipe out of the way in the beginning. It's cold granola, stored in the fridge. And then I wanted to show you just kind of a little bit of what I do in the morning. So if you were just interested in the cold granola recipe, then you can check out at this point. Or if you want to see what I do in the morning, typical morning, keep watching. Stick this in the fridge. Okay, so this is my kefir water. I learned this from Lisa Bass on Farmhouse on Boone, and we absolutely love it. And my husband was like, absolutely not, he's not going to drink it. Tried it and he loves it. So this is flavored with grape juice. I'd like to try other juices, but right now we have grape juice. So anyways, so I just filled these bottles. I'm doing a new bottle every day, so I'm not exactly sure when these are filled, but you just check them morning and night. You just pop the lid. There was no gas on this one, so this one still needs to keep fermenting. No gas. And that one's not ready either. Usually I have one every time I check, ready to put in the fridge, but none of these are ready, so we will let them sit longer on the fridge. And this is ready to be fed. So I already heated up my kettle from that granola. So this is my extras. I always have to dump off. I keep it in the fridge. I don't have enough jars, but what you should do is just dump this straight into one of these empty bottles and get another batch going. But I need to buy more bottles. I can't keep up with it. So so we can keep it rolling, I pour it into a jar and store it in the fridge. I'm actually getting pretty behind because we've been kind of like saving it. We're trying to build it up for this weekend because we're having company and we want to have plenty to drink. So, because typically I would have an empty jar every day, but, so I guess I'll just get a new jar and store it in a new jar. So, feeding my kefir, my water kefir. And I only do this once a day every morning when I feed it. These guys, I check them twice a day, morning and night. So how I feed my water kefir is, first I'm going to pour off all this juice that's all ready to go into a bottle. Oh no. This got a crack somehow. Do not know how that happened.
Change it.
Yeah. That's weird. I don't know how that happened. Okay. So, drain it all into a jar. I can also ferment this on the fridge as well, and I may do that just so that we are building up a stockpile. It's just not as fun to drink it out of these fancy little bottles. But anyways, I have this lid that has tiny little holes, and that's the easiest way for me to just strain them off. Less dirty dishes, I guess. Just gonna unscrew it. And I just let it sit on the counter. I don't know, hopefully you can see this, but I just let it sit on the counter while I'm taking care of my grains. And this little lid that was on here, I pop it right on top of them in case flies flying around or whatever. This is garbage, it's cracked. Alright, so feeding the grains. I need sorry, excuse me. These kefir grains add up to be about 1/4 of a cup. So I need an equal ratio to that in sugar. So I need 1/4 cup of sugar. And then I'm only making a quart worth. There's a whole ratio thing I'd have to get the paper. But anyways, because I have 1/4 cup, because I have a quarter cup, I need to do a quart. So I think if you had a cup, it would be a gallon of kefir water. So a quarter cup of kefir grains, quarter cup of sugar, and then my, I need to get a quart worth of water. But I'm going to start with just a little bit of hot water to dilute the sugar. A little bit of hot water. Also, the instructions I got on my water kefir grains was if you're using filtered water, you're supposed to add in, there's several different options, but one of them was molasses. Add in, I think it was a quarter tablespoon of molasses to a quart of water. So I add in a little bit of molasses, but my plan is, Lisa, at least what I saw, she uses brown sugar, and brown sugar has molasses in it. So my plan is I'm out of brown sugar. So once I get some more brown sugar, then I will just not even bother with this molasses thing. To speed it up, I add a couple of ice cubes just to be safe. And then I'll top it up to a quart, 4 cups of filtered water. Okay, so the water is totally fine, lukewarm. I will add in my grains. Lost one.
A green hit me.
Okay. And then I'm going to pop this little thing on. It's for fermenting. It's got like a little hole to let out air. You could just use, I was using a coffee filter, but then I found these. I'm like, oh, I'll use that. But you can use a coffee filter or just lightly put a lid on. Okay. And then that's done. My water kefir is fed. I wish I had a bottle to show you how to make a fresh batch. Actually, you know what? I will. I'll just do it in a jar for you. So I would guess this to be close to a quart amount. So I'm going to use a quart jar. And then what you want to do is add in half a cup of juice. I use grape juice. I do want to try tart cherry juice. I know that's not very sweet, but my kids really like it and it's very good for you. So I want to try that next time when I buy some. So this is quarter cup. We need half a cup. So half a cup of your juice. And then I'm going to take this cold stuff that I poured off yesterday, that was in the fridge, I'm going to pour it in here. And fill it to the top, pretty close. You need some room for bubbles and everything, but okay, and then, let's see here. Okay, so got it nice and tight, and then like I said, I'll check it this evening. I'll undo it, and you'll hear like a little pop once it's ready. But it's not ready. But make sure you check twice a day. If it's like a crazy hot day, you may want to even check 3 times a day. You just don't. The hotter it is, the faster it ferments. So, and then it'll be a nice. Once it's all done, you'll hear a pop. Pop it in the fridge. It's really good when it's cold. And you'll have a nice little fizzy drink. Let me see if I have one that will kind of show the fizziness. So this one's not showing the fizziness. Anyways, you can see those bubbles coming to the top if you give it a little shake. That was probably a little bit much for it, but super duper yummy.
Can I have some?
And it's good for your gut because it's a fermented drink. And it's very yummy. Kevin, I wonder what Daddy said. Okay, and that's how I do my water kefir. So I'm going to just pop these back on my fridge. My fed grains are going back on the fridge as well. Okay, next step. I am going to vacuum seal my cheese that is ready. That doesn't happen every day, it just happened today. Excuse me, Evelyn. Okay, so here is my cheese. This is a Gouda. I showed it to you guys last video. And it is nice and dry. They say to wait till it's like a clammy handshake. I don't really know what a clammy handshake feels like. I mean, I have an idea. Maybe this side feels like that. This side is definitely very dry. But I never worry about it getting really dry because when it's vacuum sealed in the fridge, it does get some moisture in there. Even if it has a dry outside, it always comes out feeling nice and rubbery like a cheese. So I never worry if it gets too dry. Anyways, I'm gonna vacuum seal this. Okay, I have dated it and I marked how old this milk was and what this cheese is. I've been trying to write down how old my milk is because I found a while ago when I started making cheese, I was trying to use it my older milk and my cheese was not coming out great. It wasn't that it was bad, it just had a really strong flavor. It's not a really yummy flavor. I still used it. It was not bad. I just used it up in casseroles and stuff where I could hide it more. But I found once I started using no older than 3-day milk, like 2-day-old plus the fresh milk from that morning, that came out beautiful and no flavor, just like a nice cheese flavor. So anyways, I'm marking my cheeses now so I know, okay, this milk was 4 days old, so that's why it has kind of this stronger flavor. Or, oh, this was 2-day-old cheese, it tastes amazing. You know, like just to have a better gauge. I'm really trying to figure that out now. Wish I had started that from the beginning because I'm still, it's such a long process to ace cheese, I'm still trying to figure all that out. But either way, popping this in the fridge and then that's almost it. I just have to feed my sourdough starter and then I'm done with my morning. Move on to milking. I will use this probably for crackers. That's kind of our favorite thing. It's fast and easy too. And then I'm just going to feed my starter and then that's it. This out. And then we're gonna have some granola cereal with some fresh raw cold milk for breakfast, and we will see you next time.